For my presentation as game scientist, I chose PBS's Cybersecurity Lab. PBS worked with cybersecurity experts at different universities to create the Cybersecurity Lab. In this lab, players play the role of a Chief Technology Officer, commonly known as a CIO. In this game, the CIO advises the owner on what actions to take during different cyber attack events. The Cybersecurity Lab teaches players how to keep their digital information safe, recognize cyber scams, learn basic coding using Google's Blockly program, and defend a social media company against cyber attacks that increase in difficulty at each level. The Cybersecurity Lab incorporates different characteristics of games mentioned in Myers Computer Games for Learning, Chapter 1. The most notable game characteristic being challenge. This rule is described by Meyer as being an environment that provides opportunities for success on tasks that are difficult to the player. Some noticeable game elements of this characteristic are goals, levels, conflicts, competition, or cooperation. The lab dispenses reward and punishments as well. The rewards are given in money and gaining users to the website. With money, the CIO can enhance the cybersecurity of the company by upgrading defenses and teaching employees about cybersecurity. The lab also makes use of formative assessments, which are conducted during the game to see how well a player is learning. The formative assessment is presented within challenges in the game. Each challenge has different levels of difficulty. This video will go through each challenge. The first challenge is coding. This challenge teaches learners very basic coding skills. This is done by programming a bot to navigate a maze using Google's Blockly. Blockly allows users to input commands by using a drag and drop method. The learning outcome teaches students how to navigate a maze using Google's drag and drop commands with Blockly. The learning theories that are used are automaticity theory. This theory is used by letting the student drag and drop commands into a command field. Once the player believes they have input the right commands, they select run, after the bots follow the command. If a command is wrong, the player is presented with a pop-up box letting them know they chose the wrong sequence of commands. Learners' motivation is to use the bot to navigate the network to take the data cube and place it into the star. One of the 4 kinds of knowledge gained from this challenge is procedural. Procedural type of knowledge is gained from learning to use the drag and drop commands to create a step-by-step guide for the bot to follow. Next, the password cracking challenge. This challenge presents a series of password duels that teaches players the basics of how attackers may try to crack their passwords and how players can make their passwords better. The learning outcome teaches students to create better passwords by having to create passwords that stop attacks such as brute force password attacks. The learning theory that is used is social learning. This is done by reading the text of the proposed hacker. The hacker gives the player a hint on what type of password they are trying to break. In the level 1 challenge, the hacker says he will attempt to crack all lowercase passwords. There is also an instructional prompt, which is a value-added concept. This lets the player know how many password letters numbers to enter. The learner's motivation is to stop the hacker from guessing the password. Each password the player prevents keeps the bad guy from getting secrets. Third is the social engineering challenge. This challenge presents the players with similar emails or websites. The learning objective is to identify the differences between the email or website and then choose which one is actually the scam attempting to steal their information or money. The learning outcome is that the player learns how to spot a phishing email or fake website. The player chooses the different text within the email or website that is fake. Learning theories that are used are social learning. Social learning invokes strategic knowledge in this level by asking the player to spot fake or misspelled text. The learner's motivation is to spot a phishing email or fake website that could potentially cause a breach by introducing malware into the company's network. Last is defending against network attacks. This is where the player has a chance to spend the money they have earned from other cybersecurity lab challenges to build their defense against cyber attacks. The learning outcome is that the player will build their defenses by selecting which cybersecurity methods they will employ to keep the network safe. Players can choose from upgrading their antivirus software and training their staff on cybersecurity. The motivation is to keep as many users come back to the website as possible and keeping their data safe. After playing PBS's Cybersecurity Lab, I feel this makes good use of human processing system by not overloading players with working memory with sophisticated stimulating graphics. The graphics are simple and words are to the point and not overwhelming. This can allow players to read the text and process the meaning of the information. The Cybersecurity Lab also makes good use of the 3 cognitive processes that are needed for meaningful learning and selecting, organizing, and integrating.